Well YouTube, here it is, my first Nintendo Switch video on the channel, and thank you for clicking on it. We are going to start the Nintendo content with something simple. It's the JOYSKYPOWER wireless joypad controller for the Nintendo Switch. And that's quite the mouthful. Vibration, ergonomic, lightweight, easier grip, inexpensive, and more. I'll cover pretty much everything you need to know about this controller from new console accessory company JOYSKYPOWER. Before we get started though, don't forget to like and subscribe at any point in the video for more content like this. The support helps the channel grow and it is greatly appreciated. Regarding innovation, in this case they have innovated with a simpler version of the official Nintendo Joy-Con controller unit and made a much more simple dock. It doesn't charge the Joy-Cons or do anything fancy, just like the official dock. However, the difference is that it doesn't have the handle attachment that the official dock has. So what is the innovation if it's just taking bits off? Well, the hardest thing to do is to simplify. Because it doesn't have the handle attachment, it's lighter than the official unit. But how does this help? The unit doesn't include the ergonomics, so it's going to be uncomfortable to hold, surely. Well, not so my friend. With the dock you get two Joy-Cons with it, which have the ergonomics built in. So adding in the fact that each Joy-Con can be charged separately via USB-C, this does mean that each Joy-Con is about 10 grams heavier than a standard Joy-Con. The reduced weight of the dock, however, means that the whole unit itself comes in about 50 grams lighter than the official solution. This can help if gaming for a long period of time. So same end solution in terms of feel, but with an advantage. Taking the ergonomic grip off of the dock itself and adding it to the Joy-Cons means that you also get the ergonomics when attaching the Joy-Cons to the Switch itself. As with the standard Joy-Cons, you simply slide them onto the sides of the console and you're ready for hours of handheld gaming. With the standard Joy-Cons, I find it difficult to use the shoulder buttons and triggers. It's not so bad with these though. It's still not ideal. Overall, the unit itself is a bit small for handheld gaming comfortably for an adult, but these Joy-Cons though do make it a tad easier to hold the console in your hand and play on it for an extended period of time. You can charge up the Joy-Cons independently using USB-C. Each one has its own port, so charge separately with one cable or just get two cables to charge them both at once. Alternatively, attaching them to the console and leaving the console plugged in awake or in sleep mode will charge both Joy-Cons at the same time. The sticks are concave, unlike the standard Joy-Cons. While this is more aligned to most other controllers out there for consoles, the sticks are smaller than other controllers. As such, the concave design isn't quite as important, however it does still allow for an extra bit of comfort as the stick will grip to your thumb just a little bit more. They have a nice stick travel. With the regular Joy-Con, I kind of feel like I'm a little restricted with the sticks and they just don't feel like they move far enough, but these sticks feel a little more natural when it comes to travel distance in my mind. The buttons are responsive and suitably clicky, with some of the buttons sticking out a little more than standard, and most notably that's the home and screenshot buttons, which means that they are easier to get to and press when you need to. It's tough to say how long these last, as producing this video has to be on a schedule, but they seem pretty good to me for the time that I've used it. They have a good vibration feature, which is very noticeable and adds that little something extra to the gameplay experience. Sometimes it might be nice to tone it down a touch, but it is nice to have some meaningful vibration that actually rivals a full-fledged controller. With this unit, you get a USB-C cable and two extra thumbsticks plus the dock and the two Joy-Cons. For the price point, that's not too shabby, and it's certainly competitive when put up against the opposition. Of course, you can buy cheaper, non-branded docks that are made to be like the official Switch controller dock. How long these last? I don't know. What you don't get though is the ergonomics when attaching your Joy-Cons to the console, which really is where the JOYSKYPOWER offering comes up trumps. If you want to save money and only use the default Joy-Cons in a dock, then by all means buy a non-branded dock. You can pick them up for a third of the price of the JOYSKYPOWER controller unit. You do miss out on the extra comfort when playing the console handheld though, and you will suffer the extra 50 grams of fatigue. Now it doesn't sound like much, but for younger players with small hands, this could make a big difference. I like the colour scheme, it's much more fun than the standard Joy-Cons and adds a flair to the console. Of course though, you can buy official Joy-Cons in alternative colours, but they will cost you a lot more than you get in this package. This little package is well worth grabbing to jazz up your console and bring a little more joy to your controller experience. Get it while it's competitively priced from the link in the description and pinned comment. Thank you very much for watching, I hope you've enjoyed it, and please please look out for more videos.